Well, that's fun. Oh well. That's a problem for future Brandon, as in Brandon in like a couple hours. All right, so
What now?
yeah, no, yep, no, that's just gonna be my bad. So here we are again with session. I can do math. 6. Yeah, I think it's session 6. So we're session 6 of our Pathfinder 2. Phaeton Shattered. As always, I am your storyteller, Mustache Owl, and I am joined by my always on time and prepared table. So we'll do a quick kind of recap. That's the word I was thinking of. Recap of what happened last time. So our intrepid adventurers here were tasked with the job to kind of find out what went on with a failed stasis tower. And so their first job was to do just that and investigate the tower themselves, where they found some pretty interesting stuff. After that, they were asked to go and meet a friend of Bilia and Varric Torrens, which turned out to be a oddly reanimated skeleton named James G. McGinnon, or Slim Jim as his friends called him. And so they're currently in his necropolis with all of his also undead citizens, figuring out what he's asking them to do, which was to find the only child that was ever born to the settlement, who unfortunately passed away when the stasis tower failed, and put it to rest or peace, or however you want to what's it? I have words in my head. I just can't say them because I can't think of them. But yeah, so that's where we currently are. Before we do go and like get into the nitty gritty of it, is there any questions my table has?
How tall did you say this tower was?
So this one is about the same height as a small tower, like the one that you four saw in your very first. So it's probably about
a big tower the size of a small tower. Yeah.
It's probably about like 30 to 45 feet tall.
Okay.
Normally stasis towers that size would produce a very small dome, no more than like a couple miles in diameter. However, this one was able to create a dome the size of a medium tower, which is a little unheard of. And I'm gonna throw something at you, Riley, I swear to God. But yeah. This tower was also of a very strange design, it was built more like a pylon, where it was like 3 distinct sections, and the rune engravings were actually on the second section instead of either attached to or under or in the regulator crystal that most Arcanotech uses. You
said the tower itself is like a blue stone, right?
No. So normally they're like a bluish purple. This one was like orange, okay. And you could actually like see the energy like swirling inside. Yeah. So actually,
gotcha.
We'll head over to the actual thing here, because I did actually color it correctly. Yay!
Wow.
So you can see it's kind of lava colored there, because it's like that swirling orange, like, and there should be magical energy in it, but this tower for some reason is almost devoid of all magic, except for like a few crackles in the runes here and there.
Okay.
So because of my voice, I'm not going to even attempt to do any voices today. So we're just going to be very plain Jane with it. But so you all had finished getting your request from Slim, and said that you would help him. Refer back to last episode if you don't remember that. And so Slim, being very grateful, goes, now, I didn't bring you all the way down here to just tell you this, because I could have done it at the surface, obviously. He goes, what? Sorry. He goes, first off, if you all are okay with it, I'd like to give you a little help in your upcoming mission, because we don't really know everything that you're going to encounter. And he goes, I'll be right back. And he walks into the building that he was actually standing in front of, comes back, and he has a big tome in his hands. He cracks it open, and he, kind of pages through, looks through it, and goes, "Ah, that's right." And he places his bony little hand on it, and the markings on the page start to glow. Everyone go ahead and add a temporary for this session, +2 to any will save that you roll.
Excellent.
He goes, "The other thing is, we asked you to walk all this way. I'm not going to make you hoof it all the way back. So we have, while it might look a little strange to you, we've got some transportation ready for you." And he points behind you a lot, and you all turn around, and there's a carriage in the, think of like Skyrim, where it's an open top carriage, with 2 skeletal horses in the front, and a coachman. And the coachman skeleton looks to you, and he grabs his top hat, raises it, and then looks back. He goes, "Whenever you're ready, go ahead and hop on. It'll take you straight outside the settlement, so you'll be able to walk in the rest of the way and not, walk the couple miles it would be from here to there." So
Ember's gonna hop onto the carriage and just say, "Oh, good, you're finally awake," to the coachman.
Following quietly behind.
So, quick note, for those of you playing the guess what theme it is for each dungeon, I'm just gonna say right now, 1, it's not Skyrim. 2, it's not Resident Evil or Biohazard. It is not. There is a theme for this one, but it is neither of those. So
It's Thomas the Tank Engine.
yes, choo choo, motherfuckers. So we grab all 4 of you, copy, go over to our. Also, I don't know why, but Roll20 decided to not quite port in the map correctly.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, even though I told it to be like 70 pixels per square, it's making it like 72, so it's just ever so slightly off. And I don't know how to fix it. So we will throw the 4 of you here outside, and then we will continue with our story. As soon as I drag you all over. Boop and boop.
Graphics performance notification?
What?
What?
That's a new one. So, as the carriage pulls up to the settlement, there's a lot of small buildings, like 1 to 2 bedroom cabins, you could say. And they're kind of like, packed in together close enough that, like, it feels like home, but it's a little odd. Like, you have to remember that this is a settlement of mostly scientists and researchers and everything. So, like, community isn't the first thing that they think of. So they kind of just were like, all right, I want to get to work, plop down their home right there, and did exactly that.
Oh.
This building stands out, though, as it is.
Real quick.
What's
Sorry,
up?
this is completely black screen for me.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
Okay, why are you doing that? Roll 20.
I enabled hardware acceleration like it said to, and it's still not.
Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, there should be no fog of war. Kawaii robot sees it on stream. Please move the players to a different place. I'm not trying to delete it. I'm trying to do this. Dynamic lighting. Oh, dynamic lighting got turned on when I was messing around with it. There we go.
Hey.
Woo. Yeah.
Lights turn on.
All of the tutorials I've been reading, or not reading, but like watching for dynamic lighting are just like, the old system was really good. This one is really bad. I don't know why, like, they changed it. But anyways, here's how you kind of make it work. And I'm like, So we're gonna turn the Muzak down just a little bit. But yeah, so this building does stand out as it is much, much larger and built more like a mansion than any of the other ones. So upon entry to the manor, you immediately see a gargantuan bearskin rug and fireplace. Obviously, there's no fire. There are 2 doors on both sides of you, and as you enter, everyone give me a perception roll.
Oh god, I have to reopen my journal.
Your journal should always be open.
Ah!
I had to relaunch Chrome. Which one is the perception? This one. Did it? There it goes. Ow.
All right, we're starting off strong. I love it.
Where did my
Got a
pictures
16.
go?
Yeah, 16's okay. It's better than I roll most of the time. What's up, Aaron? Trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, my character sheet just keeps disappearing. I pulled it back up to me 1 second. 22.
All right, so Dominique and Tori, or Hana and Valindra, you two don't really say anything. You're kind of taking in the wonders. You're staring at, the paintings on the wall, the chandelier above you, and just kind of this like really big entry room. Ember, to the right, some movement catches like your eye, but it's a little too late, so you just see the doors close. Raga, however, you are actually like, for some reason, just like hyper aware of everything going, and so you actually see this very small, probably about maybe a foot to a foot and a half tall skeleton clad in a blue cloth and clutching a teddy bear, and it sees you all and it immediately runs through the doors on your right. So I need everyone to do one more thing. I need you all to roll me a will save.
That's much better.
Oh, and I have bravery, so that's a critical success.
That is a huge critical success.
30.
Jesus. Okay. So the 3 of you are just like stone cold. You're like, we have our mission. We're going forward. Shit. I forgot to write that down. Give me 1 second. Tori. Pathfinder 2. Oh, internet, don't die on me now.
Shouldn't be having a problem.
I really shouldn't.
We have full connection.
There's a specific status ailment that you will have, and I need to find it.
Cat.
Yeah, Luke has been walking. There we go. So. Okay. So for until you take another check and succeed, you will have the mental status of frightened 1. What that means is that all of your checks and dice checks are going to take a -1 to it. So, as you enter,
What that means.
you have a debuff basically. So anytime,
yeah.
anytime you roll a roll, you'll have to -1 from it. Except if it's
Okay.
a will check, you'll just, instead of adding 2, you'll add 1. So, as the 4 of you enter and you're taking in the sights, and Ember and Raga, you see the door close. Ember not seeing what goes through the doors, but Raga, you do see. You all start to suddenly hear like whispering in your ears, like loud enough that it's there, almost like a nail on a chalkboard, but like not loud enough that it's decipherable. You can't understand what they're saying. Tori, this gets under your character's skin. Everyone else is kind of just be like, oh, that's creepy, but we got to keep going forward. So
There are the trees.
I mean, there are trees around, but they're outside. So Going forward, there are currently two doors in front of you on the right and the left. What are you all going to do?
You said the room itself has chandelier. I'm assuming that's a fireplace, bearskin rug, anything else like major furnishing.
No, it's a very odd design if you were to think of like what an entryway would be. And so like it doesn't make any sense to what you know of like habitat creation for like, you know, communities and such. So it catches you off guard because it's an entryway with a fireplace and a chandelier and this giant bearskin rug, almost like it should be a den, but there's no chairs. There's just like paintings and like a chandelier above you and no furniture as far as you can see.
I'm just gonna throw up detect magic as we go through.
Okay. And what's the radius on that?
30 feet.
Okay.
Ember is going to run up to the wall charge the wall beside the fireplace, and then sword drawn, just kick it as hard as she can, and then say, "Piss off, ghost!"
Go ahead and roll me a strength check.
Should it be in athletics or just strength?
Are you attempting to break through the wall, or are you just attempting to make a lot of noise in the wall?
Attempt to break through the wall, why not?
Give me a strength check then.
Okay.
Piss off, you
Okay.
spooks. So you definitely do run up. You kick the wall solidly. It doesn't break through, but there's definitely a new ember-shaped boot print in the wall. The three of you standing behind Ember don't hear anything, obviously, but you do see the wall like shake a little, and the whispering is still there. But like your resolve of like telling the spooks to fuck off is kind of like emboldened you a little bit. So
I don't know about ghosts, but I think I did see a wee skelly lad go through the door there.
Which door?
Hey, the one on the right there.
Piss off, ghost! Runs towards the right door. Immediately kicks it in, no hesitation. Just boom.
Oh, the poor kid.
So the three of you see Ember tear off as soon as she gets the information. Ember, you kick open these doors, and they opens up. Absolutely no resistance. In front of you, there is a set of double doors to your left. There is a glass wall to your right, and if you look through it, you can actually see what appears to be a greenhouse with several different types of plants and bushes and stuff like that. They're all dead, but like the wood structures of those plants are still there. In the center, there is a very large oaken tree. At the far end, there's a room, and both those doors are open slightly, but there's no motion to them.
It's gonna call back through the door. Didn't find the ghost. Found a greenhouse. It's brown. Everything's dead.
Oh. You said there were paintings in this main like entryway.
Mhm.
What's on the paintings?
So several. There's like 3 or 4 of them. One of them is of a man in a white coat. He's about average height, and he's standing proudly on the gargantuan bear like a trophy hunter. He doesn't have any weapons, and if you look closely behind him, there's like 3 or 4 town guards behind him. You can probably surmise that he actually didn't do anything. The other painting of note, because the other ones are just like sceneries, but there is one painting of note that's also above the fireplace next to that painting, and it's of that same guy holding a like wrapped up child next to a woman who seems to have no emotion in her face whatsoever.
Bunch of pompous wankers lived here.
Great.
Hey, then, girl. Looks like we have some other doors. You want to start breaking them in?
Don't have to tell me twice. Which one? The one that's closed! And then just runs to the left and kicks that one in.
So, spinning on your heel, kicking the door open. In front
As
of,
anime as possible. Yeah.
Nope. In front of you,
I
you
just look
see.
back at the other two and shrug. And like,
In front of you, there's a very long hallway that tees off to the right. This hallway kind of has the same decoration as the one before you. There's no visible rug from what you can see, but if you were to peer around the corner, there'd be a very large, like, ornate rug. The walls are lined with, like, unlit candles on, like, very ornate golden stands attached to the walls. On the opposite side of the wall where the fireplace would be, there's kind of a little bump out of bricks, so you can kind of tell where that is. But there's no, like, there's no personality to it. It's really just, like, kind of as Raga said, just pompous, like, over the top. How much gold can we get in here without, like, you know, making our house worth a little bit too much?
Do I still hear the whispering?
Yes, everyone still hears the whispering.
I'm gonna attack the nearest candelabra and just say, "Piss off, ghost!"
Y'all are gonna get back from the mission, and Torn or the Torns are just gonna be like, "How is it?" And Ember's gonna be like, "Moon's haunted," just like Cock's gun.
I am going to use my flint and steel to light one of the candles.
Okay, so you stand next to it, you know, close enough that your personal stasis sphere is actually like affecting it. You light the candle, and it does light almost immediately, even with it being kind of old. But if you were to walk away, it would just immediately like turn out. But
Who says I'm gonna walk away?
fair. For it being for it God damn it, more. For it being you know, this husk, there is actually enough natural light that you can see pretty easily. This does make it a lot brighter, obviously, having that flame, but it's like low light. It's not dark vision or anything like that.
so I don't have any actual skills or spells, so maybe this is a thing I just don't know. Being like a religion character and like aligned to the good, can I like sense if this place like has like you know, any sort of like evil creepiness?
So there is a sense evil or sense spell.
Okay.
But why don't you give me a Go ahead and give
I
me
know.
a 2 rolls. Give me a religion and a survival roll.
Sure. Religion is not great. It is 12, and survival is a nat 20 minus 2.
So, your instincts are telling you that something isn't right here. That there's definitely a malicious, like, feeling, but it's not, it's not, like, inherently evil, right? And you can't really pinpoint it, so, like, you kind of feel like it's a little bit all around you, and like the hairs on the back of your neck are standing, you got goosebumps, but there's no like there's no pinpointing it for you. You're just kind of like, ugh. And that could be the voices that you're hearing, but that could also just be like something is here.
I'm gonna throw guidance on Hana quick and say, wits about you lost. There's something not right here.
All right.
And I'll give you your
detect-
golden reticule.
Before we leave the den, I'd like to just take a look at the fireplace. Just
Cool. Go for it.
Wait,
And go
where?
ahead and roll me a perception check.
God damn it. And
So this is like more fireplace than any one person would ever need. Like, it's 15 feet across. It's like you could walk into it right? And like stand comfortably. Like Raga, you could throw
Fair,
a
I'm
tarp
pretty
over it,
petite.
and it would be like a good camping spot for you, right? There's no ash in it. The grate is pretty clean. There is there is a like it looks like someone had at one time used it because there's like soot stains on it and everything, but there's no like it's pretty been pretty immaculately clean. But like as far as you can tell, it's really solid. There's no like weird things about it. It's just like oversized.
I'm just gonna look at the portrait and look at the fireplace. Yeah, pretentious assholes.
I've also been told that apparently people do need fireplaces large enough for them to sleep in, so I will take that back. Alright. So, as Ember is desecrating the candelabra and Tori is lighting one on fire, what is everyone planning?
I'll pull out a holy symbol just so I have it at hand and just say, I'll take up the rear last.
Mm-hmm.
John, is
Go
that
ahead.
you?
I'm gonna have my flintlock like out and at the ready, and I'm still throwing up the tech magic, just like
Yeah.
empty house, not a lot of furnishing. Like it's a little. Even I know that it's a little like.
So your detect magic, you do feel nothing in the immediate area, but you do kind of get the sense that like something like close to you, probably like outside your immediate 30 feet bubble, you're starting to get like those little tinglies of sensing magic outside of the normal, you know, Ember's championship belt and sword and the equipment that everyone has.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the belt.
Who knows? Maybe the champion's gonna have to defend her title at some point. Alright. So, Ember, as you finish your onslaught of the defenseless candelabra and the attack upon your sense of capitalism, you do notice that in front of you there are two doors immediately on your right and left. There's a door straight down the way, and kitty corner to that on the left-hand side there's another door. So there's there's a double door and 4 single doors in that hallway.
Oh, there's so many doors, she just says out loud.
It's almost like it's a mansion.
Is that what we have you for? Destroy all the
They are
doors.
your- Aren't they your
All
favorite
right.
enemy or something?
What was that, Raga?
Eeny, meeny, miny.
As they'd say, 3 doors down.
As
Something else.
as Ember is planning her wanton destruction, what was it that you were saying, Raga?
I
Runs
was just
towards the
gonna say,
double doors.
I thought doors were her favorite enemy.
It appears so. All right. So again, the three of you just turn and you're watching Ember just sprint full force down the hallway, looking like she's having the best time of her life. Ember, as you slam open the door, I need to go to the correct one here.
Oh, I'd like to attack it and break it down.
You definitely do. These aren't like
Okay, all right.
these aren't steel doors. They're definitely just like a nice oak or something. So your sword just cleaves into it and it's just off its hinges.
Somebody told me to destroy, so I'm destroying now.
Mhm,
It's no longer kick again.
So you're now in what appears to be like a den or someone's study.
Looks like a den or a study.
The room is lined with lavish decor. Books-
Lined with lavish decor, I'm telling you.
Pretentious assholes.
Yeah.
God damn it! I hate all of you. The books are bookshelves filled with volumes ranging from stasis research to magic theory to ancient religions and gods line the walls. On the far
So many books lining.
on the far side of the room sits another fireplace with a shield hanging above it. In the center
Got a
of-
new shield!
In the center of the room, there's a card table with 4 chairs around it, and one corner stands a mannequin adorned with a variety of accessories, and upon the table sits a pile of papers and books.
I immediately attack the mannequin.
So you just, the rest of you just watch this like senseless onslaught of like a defenseless mannequin with just like this bloodthirsty just aura emanating from from Ember here. Hana, as you get closer, you do sense that there are a couple things in the room that are kind of triggering your magical sense. So
Justice.
I can't pinpoint it, but you said it's within, like, around within 30 feet of me.
So where you are now, there's nothing you can pinpoint, but like if you were to walk closer to the room, you definitely would get the sense of some more magic-y things.
Well, no, like, the ability doesn't allow me to, like, pinpoint the item. I just get that general sense. But
Yeah.
I can ignore the stuff that's, like, on my person or that I...
Yeah. So, Amber, as you lift your great sword, piss off mannequin. As the mannequin lies in splinters, you do realize that it did actually have some, like, it was adorned with a couple things. So if you would like, the things that have survived are a cloak and a ring.
Neat, cloak and ring!
And of course there is the shield above the fireplace if you'd want to take that as well.
Yeah, I'll take the shield too. I'm going to heft the shield a little bit and then put the ring on to my left index finger.
Okay. So it is a silver banded ring with a a silver banded ring with a green, like a small green stone on it. For any of you Chuluminati fans, no, this is not a green stone reference, I swear to God.
Green stone!
No, it's a Green Lantern reference.
No, because it would also be a green ring. The band would be green as well. So
Would it though?
yes. So Riley, I'm going to send you a quick message.
Okay. If I turn invisible and start seeing a giant eye, I swear to God.
No.
Yeah, the Green Lantern ring is silver too, and
That's-
gold.
No, it's not. It's
Yes, it
pure
is.
green.
There's more than one version of the ring, silly.
All right, I'm thinking of. Never mind. I was like, I'm thinking of like the legitimate Green Lantern Corps rings.
Yes.
They are solid green.
I feel like I'm gonna get
9
like
different rings.
Jesus Christ. Apparently, I haven't read as many comics. Well, I haven't read.
Actually, there's 11 rings. Oh crap, I'm wrong.
yeah, because
There's 11 rings.
there should be one for every color of the rainbow, and then one black and one white. All right. So,
And then I guess I'll try out the shield and the cloak too.
Comic book guy voice. Well, actually, so for the cloak,
There's a few of them. Okay.
can I do it like this? I can do it like this. Just because if it's not like fun items, I don't like going through the whole like, ooh, you have to identify it and all this stuff. Like sometimes I just want to give you the bonuses
Oh,
of it.
everyone's gone. Oh, we're back.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Okay.
Should we be just letting her put on all these dead people's things?
I'm not
I...
cursed by it, it looks like. They seem to be pretty beneficial, honestly.
I think I'm
I-
starting to learn just to let her do things.
Sassy Baka.
Just, if she does get possessed, she's a lot bigger than the rest of us.
True.
I'm
We should
within-
spread the wealth.
I knew it.
So I got a ring, which is really good at making you not quite as klutzy. Anybody want that?
Beneficial for you.
And then if you
Okay, throws it at Hannah.
you can
What?
you can let her know what it is.
Yeah, it's a +1 reflex save ring.
Yeah.
And
So it's
anybody
beneficial.
gets hit often, like really weak AC? Bueller?
I'm trying to think
You-
of who gets hit the most.
Yeah.
I'm also trying to think who gets hit the most.
Because I sadly think it's Raga, and I think most of the damage hasn't actually been from enemies.
Yeah.
I think it's been
Yeah,
from these
no.
two.
Yeah.
It's just like I get
think-
hit,
yeah.
but it's not because I have a low AC. It's just all bad luck.
You know what?
I think, yeah, no, her.
And then just go to take off the cloak and give it a strong toss at Roga. There you go, +1 AC.
Oh,
Yeah. So it'll be a ring of reflex and a cloak of protection.
And then I'm just going to very slowly look at the shield and then look at straight at Valindra.
No.
What?
Do you want a shield? No? Yeah? No?
Uh,
Yeah, because the shield does take up an active hand, so unless you have a one-handed weapon.
Yeah, I got a big sword.
I have a bow. Or a bow.
I think bows are in fact two-handed. I think literally
They are.
it's only flintlock pistols and hand crossbows that are one-handed ranged.
Yeah.
Does anybody need this?
I don't think so. I think that's all you.
I think the little short one might.
Roga, do you want a shield too?
is it special or different than my shield?
It's gonna give you a +1 to AC, and I say that in universe, whatever that means.
AC?
Yeah, it's gonna
Air
increase
conditioning.
your armor value, you know.
It's gonna make you beefy.
Right. So my shield already, increases my armor value. So it's like, is that different? Is that different than the shield I already have?
I don't know. And then she's just gonna take it off and fling it like a frisbee at the wall.
So if you do want to take it, Aaron, it will be it's just basically gonna be a light shield +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's an additional +1 on top of the one from the shield.
Correct. And
Okay.
it does.
And I
count-
will take that, and I'll offer up the cloak then if somebody else wants that.
Excuse me.
Oh, maybe Valindra should have that. You know,
I
just
like cloaks.
Sure. Here you go.
So after you all play musical item chair,
and then very quietly, well, I came out of this with nothing.
um,
Here, I toss my buckler.
No, 2 hands. Yeah, it's fine. Just tosses it back.
you just like tape it to your chest over everything. All right.
Treat it like a bulletproof vest.
All right. I'm glad this isn't a podcast because of just the weird shenanigans we do on camera would not
Yeah.
translate at all. All right, so
A question for the DM.
What's
or maybe this is for the rest of the party. I had from our last session a +1 temporary AC. Do we know what that was from?
what was that
Oh,
from?
yeah.
Was that me?
No, it was from something. I can't remember though.
No, it was me. I cast Forbidding Ward on you in the last battle.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right. That's
okay.
right.
Yeah, that's gone now.
Good. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. Because I'm like +1 AC. That's something that I do. Because it also gave you a +1 to your save throws.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, so in the room, there of course is the books along the walls. There's the splintered remains of a mannequin. There's a card table with some like books and papers and stuff on it. And then there is the fireplace along the northern wall there.
I look to see if any of these books catch my eye.
Go ahead and roll me.
engineering-wise.
Yeah, go
I have a
ahead.
Question.
So, roll me a perception check. What's your question?
What does hands 1+ mean?
That's a good question.
Because there's 1, there's 2, and there's a 1+.
Oh, so there are certain weapons like Raga's war. I think you have a warhammer, right? Or is it a great hammer?
War.
That are variable between hands. So you can use them one-handed and it'll hit for a 1d8, or you can use it two-handed and it'll hit for a 1d10. No, I promised them no. Well, I promised Spoopy no mimics in this one, so that would
Yeah,
be
well,
would
better
be pretty
not.
hilarious though. Just open the book, tentacles come out, grab your face. Oh God!
I swear to
Oh.
God, there's already too much trauma there. Like, can we not?
But yeah, so you're able to swap between using one or two hands. So like a good example that is used a lot is you'll attack with two hands and then you'll go back to one hand so you can use a shield. That kind of makes sense.
Hmm.
27.
Yes. So one odd thing that you recognize almost immediately is that a majority of the books, so like one bookshelf has like those like the titles that I read early where it's like stasis research or magic theory or stuff like that. And then as you go away from that bookshelf, there's less and less titles on the spines. And if you were to pick open one of those books, they're just completely empty. So it could be like journals. It could literally just be someone trying to like fill the bookshelves just to have them filled. As far as engineering goes, there is one about like basic arcanotech theories of like combining magic and technology. So you could take that, and if you were to do any crafting in arcanotech, or if you wanted to get someone to like make something, like you could explain it to them, that would help. That would actually like add like a +1 to your rolls.
I'll grab that.
Okay. And was the bookshelves the only thing you were going to check?
I was gonna let other people do other stuff first.
Okay.
I'm just gonna comment that once again, empty books on the shelf just to take up space. Pretentious assholes.
Yeah, but now I got something new from my reading list.
Nerd.
All right.
Well, if nobody else is doing anything, then I suppose I'll take a look at the other
Next
fireplace
door
and just around
runs
the
out.
room.
All right.
Just God.
Spoopy, let's go ahead and roll your. So you wanted to check the table and the fireplace, or?
Yeah,
Alright.
just gonna get a very thorough.
So go ahead and roll your perception check for the fireplace. As far as the table goes, it looks like it's the majority of it is just like, like financing papers, like bills, inventories and stuff like that. But there is one letter that has a wax seal on it that is unopened on the table.
I'm gonna take that and open it.
All right, so I will do this. So, boop, boop, boop. Okay, so you should have a letter now. Give me 1 second, and I will read it. As far as the fireplace goes, this fireplace is much smaller than the other ones, but on the other side there is a grate, and it kind of connects to what looks like a cooking pit. And so you can kind of see vaguely through that grate, and on the other side of it looks to be a like kitchen. It looks pretty well stocked from the tiny little porthole that you can see through. But you can't really see anything aside from like some shelves, like a cabinet, and that cooking pit that's directly in front of you. So let me take a sip of water real quick, and then I will read this letter, and then we'll get to...
Well, I know where the kitchen is.
We'll get to more of Ember's wanton destruction of doors. Okay.
If anything, it's a fortune cookie destruction, not wontons, because, you know, crap.
All right. So the letter reads as thus. Mix MK. The additional guards and resources you have sent have arrived, and I cannot thank you enough. The opportunity to work on stasis technology like this has been a dream in the making for many of us. We never thought it was possible to create a stasis type spell that could actually bring more than simple organisms back to life. Organisms back to existence. But the information and funding you have provided to us has accelerated our research to areas beyond our wildest imaginations. The readings on the towers have been nominal and show no fluctuations, but I must raise a concern. The aforementioned guards, while helping us with some of the monsters who have come back through the stasis spell, have been raising some concerns to my fellow researchers. There have even been some arguments breaking out between the two groups regarding what all the guards have access to. I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but might you be able to speak to them on our behalf? Maybe help them understand the importance of what they are helping us with. Regards, Thomas Packard. P.S. I hope you'll be able to make it to my son's birthday next cycle. He adores the bear you sent him. Regards, Thomas.
Tomas.
Tomas.
Not a little girl. It's a little boy. It was Packard. And then who was it addressed to? Sorry.
Mix MK. So the honorific is MX.
Okay. Huh.
And that letter is in your journal. PSS, your doors are so beautiful, my son dearly hopes to see them in pristine condition the next time we visit.
I'm going to catch up with them.
Alright, so...
It's not a little girl. It's a little boy. I think the owner of the house is Thomas Packard, and he has a son. Not a daughter.
I think he had a son.
The child we're looking for. I think it's a boy. It's not a little girl.
Hold up. Do we really want to throw around terms like child on a creature that we may end up having to kill?
I'm just saying, we had some... Slim said a girl, didn't he?
Mm-mm. Slim said a child.
A child? Okay, I thought he said a little girl.
So...
It was a child.
As you round the corner, not only is Ember not there, but the door isn't either. And you just turn to see, like, Ember on top of the door with her dagger just, like, stabbing it. Like, you have some deep-seated hatred of these doors. Like, secretly your dad was killed by a door, like, falling on him in a door factory or something like that. There's definitely trauma related in these stabs.
Think you got it?
Okay, goes inside.
So, so, as you enter, sits before you sits a nice table with 4 sets of plates and chairs in the center of the room. On the table, along with the plates, is a bell in the center, and on the far side of this room sits another fireplace. Other than that, it's like one of the probably best aesthetically decorated. It's not like overly gaudy or anything like that. It's definitely just like a very comfortable room that like you would sit in and eat with your family.
This one's pretty cozy, actually.
Cozy.
Cozy. It's getting to that weather, so I kind of need to turn the heater on. Fake
Yeah.
that we have our own fireplace that the cat doesn't climb into. All right. Choices,
God,
decisions.
I'm gonna try the doorknob on this room in front of me and just see if it'll swing open without the door needing to be bashed out.
Oh yeah, it opens, no problem.
I'll just peek my head
The
through.
doors have been locked.
Nope, none of the doors have been locked. Let me see. You are in that one. So, Raga, as you know, like a normal human being or a normal-minded sentient creature, you grab the door handle, you twist it, and it opens. No resistance. Inside is a small bedroom. There's a single bed with a small chest at its feet. The chest is kind of propped open a little bit, and the contents are spilling out from it. And you can kind of see that there are a bunch of just like children's clothes. Sitting on top of the bed, though, is a bear with a bright red bow sewn into it.
Like a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just take a step in and maybe walk up and just kind of pick it up and look at it.
Yep. So when you pick it up, it feels as though it is like the softest stuffed animal in creation that you have ever like witnessed.
The squishmallow.
Yes. I have bought a couple of those for Spoopy. But it has the signs of like being loved on by a child. Like the fur is matted in places like where, it'd be held. But other than that, it's almost in like pristine condition.
No sign of an actual child, though.
No.
Or child-sized skeleton.
Nope.
Interesting.
But you do recall that when you first saw the little skeleton, that this was the bear it was holding.
Oh. I'll toss it over to Hana as she steps through the doorway and just say, I think we can bribe it with this.
This was apparently so I found a letter in the other office. It was addressed to an MK, the person who maybe supplied the guards. So some of the ones that we found at the tower. There's something about, bringing back to life, but that could also just be because it's a stasis tower, which means they can like grow things. But that the person who owned this place was Thomas Packard, and he said that this bear was gifted by MK. So I'm curious who this MK is, because we kind of have an idea of who this family is, but
Hey. Did it say-
Ember, go ahead.
Sorry, did the letter say the kid's name?
just that it was his son.
Hmm.
So we're looking for a little boy. Be nice to know his name. It might make things easier.
Right.
The bear in my hands, is there any like gift tag on it, or is there any kind of like engraving on the bow? Anything that could be like personalized for the kid?
Mm-mm. I mean, the closest thing that you could say would be personalized is like the bow has a nice like tartan style pattern where it's very like red and green. Like it's red with like green stripes and that like checkered pattern. But there's nothing that would immediately say like a name or who it was made by or anything. It definitely looks like it was crafted by someone who like this is their passion, is like making cool toys and stuff. Because the seams are immaculate, the fur is immaculate on it, like it's very high quality, and it like I said to Raga earlier, you can tell where it's been like held and squeezed and like dropped and stuff.
Sure.
Because the fur is matted in those areas, but it's still like, even with it being matted, it's like it's still like very like you could literally just throw it in a washer and it'd be perfect again.
There's nothing on these walls that has like a child's name, like this person's room, or like a
No.
photo. Or...
These walls are much different than the other ones. They're actually painted instead of just like wallpaper or just like plain
Sure.
wood. but it's a nice, bright, cheerfully colored room with like sky blue walls and like some clouds painted on it and stuff like that. But there's no like lettering or names or anything. Even if you were to like look through all the children's clothes, it would just be like, like toddler size clothes. No names or discerning features on them.
Well, I'll keep that bear just like tucked under my arm as we keep going through.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try something that might be unorthodox?
Sure.
I'll just take the bear and I'll say, loud enough that I think my voice will carry throughout this manor, or this floor at least. I'll say, come out, lad. We found your bear. We're looking for your father, Thomas. Can you help us?
So,
Actually, a very good idea.
except that there's no air in the manor.
Okay, so our voices don't carry at all.
No. So, like, if you were to picture the sound waves, it would hit the edge of your stasis bubble and just...
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because the four of you
So-
are communicating through your ATSTs.
Right.
But, like, if you're close enough, like Ember and Valindra right now, their stasis bubbles could be touching and they could talk to each other. So, like...
So
where
we
there
don't
air-
actually hear doors being busted down. We just see it happening.
Yeah, you just see, and it's
Gotcha.
very odd for you because there's no, like, sound of boots. There's no, like, loud thumping. You'll see the, like, walls shake every once in a while. But, like, even when you were, like, rounded the corner to Ember, like, stabbing the door, it was just, like...
You know what? It's an undead child. Maybe it hurt anyway.
It sensed your voice. You know what? That's fair. But they're
I'll just toss the bear.
just like, fuck it, take it back. Valindra or Ember, is there anything that you two want to do?
I'm gonna investigate the bear. I'm just gonna look at it.
You are oddly comforted by the bear.
Anna, do you think I could? Do you think I could hold on to the bear?
Of course.
Okay.
Keep it safe. Well, sure, this might be a reason for him to come talk to us.
You all like turn around like 2 seconds later. There's like she's somehow fashioned like one of those like baby carriers, and the bear's just sitting in it.
Maybe Bjorn style.
Bjorn means bear, so.
In a matter of seconds, she somehow like carved down the buckler that Raga had into a tiny bear-shaped buckler, and it's just wearing it.
That's adorable.
I
So,
have a lot of whittling practice.
do any of you remember reading those funny stories that came out when we were younger about that gang of adventurers who would go into old mansions and they'd always split up into groups to explore?
Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, maybe this would go a little faster if we split up.
Understood. Sir Barrington away! Runs to the end of the hallway, smashes through that door immediately.
But Valindra, do you want to go with her?
I don't know.
So, so you watch as Ember just tears away and like slams through the door, stumbling into the room. In this room, I actually have to. So, a grand ballroom sits before you, filled with 3 massive tables with chairs and plates sparsely set around and on top of it. In the chairs, though, sit what very well could have been the inhabitants of the town Slim was talking about. And as you enter, from the ceiling comes a very familiar foe.
Dun dun dun.
Ember and Valindra, go ahead and roll me initiative, and then
That's not bad.
nope, that's not it.
Oh, here it is.
God damn it.
Haha.
Okay, so turn order. I know I have that asset. I literally used it.
I know what it is.
What do you know what it is?
Oh, you know what?
Oh yeah, I know what it is now too.
Don't lie. It's
There we go.
back.
Yes.
Guess who's back? Back again. Flame Skull's back. Tempo friend. Now every skeleton boy to the dance floor.
So let's see. That'll.
Nope, done with that.
And then Valindra, you had a 26. Jesus Christ. Okay. So
No, Valindra.
Yeah, Valindra got a 26. Sorry. So I need 2 and 2. Okay.
Thanks, Tori.
You have stuff.
I need to figure out a way to like faster set these up. This one will actually be. He's gonna be right there. Boop. No. Yeah, these work. Come on.
I'm
There
just
you go.
watching you scroll through the list on my other monitor. It's like, oh, that's a lot of things.
It's only 5.
Well, no, like just like the options you get.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
Basically every time they're like, "Hey, we have free stuff," I immediately just grab it. So I don't even know everything that I have. Yeah. This one here.
It's like Twitch drops. You just grab them, and then eventually you're like, oh, when did I get this?
Yeah, exactly right. All right. So, Valindra, you're probably going to end up if I had to take a wild guess, you're probably going to end up going first.
Me?
Yeah, considering you got a
Oh.
freaking 26. So this is page 30. That's page 50. I can do counting.
Oh, nope.
All right. You're not fighting a Beto Beto-san. You're fighting a flaming skull. Okay, so Mr. Skull has a... That
I
is...
swear if I'm somehow last in this lineup.
No, no matter what, Hana and Raga are going to be last. So this one got a 17. Because they are far too far away to actually catch up.
What's the range on this thing? 2.
And Valindra following you was close enough that she kind of saw everything happen as the door burst open.
Okay.
G-H-I-J-K, so it's going to be after all this stuff. Nope, definitely not fighting spiders. Another thing I promised I would not have. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. So you, my dear sir, are... You are definitely not. And turn. Never mind, I lied. This thing is going first.
Thanks for the prime, chaotic good GM.
Yay.
Wow, I wonder who that could be.
You're welcome.
Jeez.
And
Gotta get us our free Amazon money.
hell yeah. Gotta use those Bezos bucks. Okay. So, sitting before you are 4 very decrepit looking skeletons. Amber, as you kind of like stumble through the door and stand up, you notice in time your previous foe that got away is like coming down from the ceiling. And all 5 of them are immediately ready for action. Valindra, you're kind of able to like react faster, so you immediately are just like, oh shit, while Ember's standing up, but that wasn't quite fast enough. It wasn't quite fast enough to actually react before the first one here, which is this guy over here. So he is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he's going to move up to our dear Ember here. That'll be 2 of his things. I need my D20 that I put away. And then he is going to... Does a 25 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. He's got... So, okay, so... taking advantage of you standing up, he kind of like clambers over the table and just sprints at you. Doesn't even bother to take out his weapons, and he just kind of like slashes at you with his fucked up hand. So you'll end up taking 6 slashing damage. And then Valindra,
Ow.
it is your turn.
Excellent. Okay. I already know what I'm doing. So, step 1 is I'm going to cast Gravity Weapon.
All right.
And then step 2 is I'm going to side walking to shooting McShoots over. Oh, that's right. The lines don't line up.
Yep.
Okay. Shooting McShoot the mans then.
The one right in front of you, or the skull, or which one?
The flamey dude.
Okie dokie, it's the flamey dude. All right, go for it.
Hey.
A 10 will not
Or an
hit.
11. I think it's a +1. So.
Oh yes, it'll be a +1, but it'll be a -1.
I don't know how to add the +1 to it.
You're good. We'll figure that. So because of your frightened, it would actually just cancel out. So 10 will not hit.
All right. Perfect.
All right. So you sidestep Ember, pull up your bow, and kind of knowing, having fought you before and kind of like knowing what you were gonna do, the skull's ready immediately and just kind of like dodges immediately. So this Scullabro here is going to, let's see, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Be a little too far out. So he's just going to rush straight towards you as fast as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This dude's going to come in front of Valindra here and take a couple blows, or a couple swings, I should say. 26, that's going to hit, right?
Maybe.
And is that 10 over?
No.
Okay. So
Thank
it's
God.
It's not going to crit, but it is going to hit you for 6 damage slashing. And that one definitely did miss. I went from nat 20 to a 5. So, you take the first blow from the scimitar, and you're kind of able to like back off really quickly to avoid the second one. In the meantime, while these guys are charging you, our skull boy here is going to hawk a couple loogies. So that's +10. 14 is not going to hit. Another 14 is not going to hit. 19. Will a 19 break your AC, Ember?
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
not me. Okay.
So, even after getting slapped by the skeleton, you kind of look up and notice the skull is like pointed towards you directly. It's going to rapid fire 3 very spectral looking fireballs at you, and you're kind of just able to channel your inner childhood dodgeball skills and duck and weave through all 3 of them. Ember, it is your turn.
I'm gonna use Brutus Shove
Ooh, this
on
is
the
a new
one that hit me. Yes. Basically, I throw my weight up behind my attack, hit my opponent hard enough, I make a strike with my two-handed melee, and if I hit the target, if they're my size or smaller, that creature is flat-footed until the end of my current turn.
Perfect.
And then I can attack them.
And you'll get the +1 for them being flat-footed against you. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. So that's a 22.
That definitely hits. All right. So your strike slams into them. Go ahead and make your damage roll.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, so 16 slashing plus magical damage. That will put it at... okay, so it's not quite bloodied yet, but it definitely is... you can kind of tell that, like, it goes straight through its armor. It's kind of like starting to crumble a little bit, but it's still solidly standing. It's back on its feet, flat-footed against you. Go ahead and make your second attack, because that'll be, well, you've got 2 more actions.
Okay. I shove it 5 feet back
Okay, so this will go...
automatically.
Boop, right there.
Yeah.
And then this one
And
is
then
what?
just keeping pace with it as I shove it back. That's... Actually, I'm going to attack the one that attacked the Lindra.
Cool, go for it.
With... Yep.
That'll hit.
That'll
Yes.
do, Donkey. That'll do.
Okay, so that'll hit. I need to start remembering because might be good. So you push the first one back, turn, bring your greatsword over your head, and you slam into the second one. It definitely sends it off guard. It wasn't expecting that at all. It's standing, but just barely.
Then I hit it with my next attack, yeah.
Okay.
Which is a 23.
And that will... Yep, that'll do it. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that to that to that. Oop, oop. This one was the one that you hit, right? Yes. And that was for that much. Okay. So, your second strike, just like the first one, hits solid on it. It kind of like goes down to one knee. And like, if you were able to see the threads of life that it is unlife that is holding on by, it would be like frayed. It would have like barely anything left into it. You can feel that though your attacks are hitting, because these things are, they don't have flesh, they don't have pain. They're not as effective as normally they would, but they're still solid hits. So, all 3 of your attacks landed true. All 3 of them dealt damage. Both of your foes that you did assault are still standing, though. One of them just barely. Hana, over your radio, Hana and Raga, over the radio, the both of you can kind of hear this commotion going on. So go ahead and take your turns. Hana, you'll be first. Raga, you'll be second.
Good luck, Raga.
Are they
What
fucking?
do I do?
What?
I don't know. I wouldn't know what that sounds like.
Well, if they were in trouble, they would have asked for our help, surely.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to keep moving?
I think we best.
Keep looking for the little boy?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. Which door then?
One to the room straight ahead and one into the greenhouse, maybe?
Which one?
Oh, I have no preference.
Well, let's check the other room and then go outside and check the greenhouse.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, I will describe the room, read this to you, and then we'll take that as your 2 turns, and we'll go back to the action. So, as you both enter the door ahead of you, this is clearly the master bedroom of the house. The bedroom is furnished with a very large very large bed that is accompanied by tables on either side, and you can see a large standing closet in the corner. There's a very lavish carpet in this one. It's not hardwood like the rest of the house. And the bed is a canopy style bed where it has like the sheer curtains on all four sides of it.
Pretentious assholes.
Tell me about it. Their kid's room wasn't even this nice.
I mean, it was nice, but it wasn't like sheer curtains, you know, like king size bed, their version of Egyptian cotton.
No sign of skeletal children?
You don't sense anything, like any movement around the room or anything like that. So like right in this corner is where the standing cabinet is, or standing closet, and then on either side by the pillows, there are two like bedside tables.
Is this wall right here, is that glass?
There is a window right here, so like these two squares right here, and you can see into the greenhouse from there. It's the same type of glass as this wall right here, where you can see straight through. And just as Ember had seen earlier, were there an atmosphere here, it would be incredibly beautiful. There'd be a whole bunch of different diverse plants, but all you see right now are just kind of like the dead remains. There are like 4 or 5 different types of trees. In the center is a very large oaken tree. You can't really discern anything aside from that. Like it's, you know, quite a bit larger than everything else there. And there's a bunch of like different like ferns and plants and stuff like that are like dead and kind of just like planted and placed to kind of like create a nice walking path around the entire greenhouse.
Oh, no wardrobe. There's a kid hiding in it.
Yes, after our Skelly boys take their turn.
This message from our sponsor.
Yeah. So,
Backfire.
skeleton in front of you is going to kind of learn its lesson. And this time, instead of coming straight at you, it's going to pull out a long sword, take 1 step towards you, and swing Ember. So this will be... Does a 20 hit?
It meets.
It meets? Alright. What is your... Actually, no, we'll just give it to you. So, you're able to kind of like bring up your sword in time and block. And it doesn't quite push through. And then it's going to raise its shield this time to kind of like prepare for an attack coming against you. Vlindre, it is now your turn.
Ooh. I get 3 this time. Oh, goodness me. I'm gonna shoot at the flamey boy again.
Okay, you will take disadvantage for that because there is a creature bearing down on you in front of you, but it'll only be a -1, so it'll be -2 total, 1 for your frightened, 1 for disadvantage. And that's not going to matter.
25, 23.
Yep. That'll hit. Let's see, 7, and then this will be gravity weapon, so it'll be ×2. Does it have any... it does not have any immunity or resistances, so that'll be a good amount of damage. So that's 14. Alright, so you're kind of able to just, like, aim yourself around the targets, and you're just able to sink an arrow square into it. It's not able to dodge this time at all. Arrow impacts into it. It kind of, like, stumbles, wobbles. I keep forgetting that it's floating. You have your 2 actions left. Attack number 2 will be 18. That one will not hit.
And then I'm going to sound the horn of Gondor.
And the beacons are lit and Gondor calls for aid.
Yes.
All right. She's calling for help. We'll count that as a free action, so you'll...
Where was Gondor?
Off
Gondor?
searching a bedroom, evidently.
accusing you two of fucking, and then they're in a bedroom by themselves. For shame. So yeah, that'll be a free action, so you still have your one action. So you can move, you can attack again, or you could... Well, I think right now you really only have those two.
Okay, I'm going to cast Outwit on the skeleton to my left.
This one over here?
Yes.
Cool. What the fuck does that do?
Talented at outwitting and evading your prey, you gain a +2 bonus to deception, intimidation, stealth, recall knowledge, and a +1 to AC.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a +1 AC for when that thing attacks you. Got it, okay.
Yes.
Alrighty, I will keep that. Well, you keep that in mind. Okay, so speaking of this skeleton boy here, he is going to take one step towards you. Just like his compatriot, he's actually going to pull his sword out for this one.
He's dummy thick.
He is dummy thick. This is going to... Let's see... 24. Will that hit?
Let's see. So this. Yes.
Okay.
It is not over whatever the number 10.
Yeah, it didn't do much, though. It'll only hit for 4 damage. And then, this, like his compatriot, he's also going to raise his shield, and that'll be the end of his turn. We have this one here. Oh, I never took the other one. Oh, well. That's my fault. This one here is going to use its first action to stand back up. It is going to kind of wobble back 5, 10, and pull out and prepare a short bow to try and like put some distance in between you two. Our compatriot here is going to, let me see if this works. It does not work, so sensing that it has taken a large amount of damage, it is going to 1, 2, 3, 4. What's its movement speed? Oh, that's more than enough. So yeah, it'll spend its 3 movement speed.
Oh,
It's gonna fly across the... What's up?
that skeleton moved back from us?
Yeah.
That would provoke an attack of opportunity from me.
Oh, you finally have that
I was
now?
wondering about
I
that.
finally have that, yes.
Go for it. All right. So we'll move
Sorry,
it back.
I took it for a reason, and then I was like,
Yeah,
wait, no!
Because it's not like an intrinsic thing in Pathfinder 2e, I constantly forget about it, because if it doesn't say I have it on the character
Yeah.
sheets, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, all right, it's just going to move away, and it's not going to slide. So yeah, go ahead and take your attack of opportunity then.
Okay. And that's just a strike, right?
Yeah, it'll be a normal strike, no penalties. That'll hit.
Okay.
That'll definitely hit. Actually, that will be a crit. And even with its resistances, you basically killed it 2 times over. So yeah, sensing that like it gets up and it starts walking away, you just react perfectly in time. And like from blocking that one, you like bring your greatsword over your head and you just slam down, and it is nothing but dust and bones. Sorry, but like bone shards.
Yeah.
It is gone, and there is nothing that remains. So this thing, our good buddy here, is going to dip the fuck out, especially after seeing that, because I failed its bravery check, and that'll put. Boop, 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 boop,
That's
boop.
amazing.
I think that actually puts us back to Ember. Yeah, so it'll be your turn again, Ember.
All right. Exacting strike on the one in front of me. It's a really good thing I took exacting strike, because that doesn't count, basically.
So yeah, that one with its shield up is definitely not going to break it. So
Okay. So any failures on that, it's just treated as a whoopsie daisy. You still get all of your text. So I'm going to hit it again. That's much better.
that one will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
15.
That'll be enough to kill it.
Cool.
So your first strike, your first strike definitely doesn't miss. It's able to like kind of like bring its shield up and like parry.
Yeah.
Your second one, though, as you come back around with a swing, you hit it perfectly, and it is just not able to react in time, and it's gone.
Makes sense. And then I'm gonna leave Valindra, like, just turning to Valindra. Are you okay taking that one? The one next to you.
Sure, why not?
And then charge over and strike this one.
Go for it. That'll be a melee strike, too. That one will not hit. But you're able to close the gap, and it is... Let me actually see if that works. Okay. So, as you were charging, it had already had its short bow out and was preparing a shot. So, let's see. This will now be at disadvantage. A 15 doesn't hit you, right, Tori?
No.
Okay. So, takes a shot at you. The arrow whiffs by. It misses. It's going to take a strike at... that's going to miss. And... Yeah, 14 doesn't hit Ember. With its free hand as it drops its bow, it's going to take a couple strikes at you, Ember, and both are going to miss. Hana and Ember... Or, sorry, not Ember. Hana and Raga. You both are, again, still hearing, like, the scuffling and everything. And you kind of hear Tori, like, very quickly be like, help! What are you two going to do?
No, I did a horn.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You hear a very strange horn sound over your ATST radios.
Should
Do
we
you know what
interpret
that
that to mean they need help?
I would assume so. I'm just gonna really quickly open this like wardrobe before we leave the room.
So in the wardrobe, there's just like a bunch of clothes hanging up.
A lion, a witch?
No. There is a set of leather armor in there, though. It's like one thing that stands out, but there is no, like, nothing's hiding in it. Like, you could see the clothes leave like a good like foot and a half at the floor, and there's nothing there. No shoes, no anything.
Might detect magic going off of that armor.
Yes.
Like-
very faintly.
I'm just gonna slowly reach out and take it and go. Let's go.
All right.
Pocket armor.
Hana, do you have a magic gun or just a normal gun?
I have this shiny new gun that was given to me by what's his face?
Andrew M. Knightley.
That one.
No. Is it Andrew? No.
Nice Shamalama Ding Dong.
No, it's Anthony.
Anthony.
I was like, I
Anthony,
gave
have
him
this
a
nice
very
shiny gun that Anthony gave me.
I know I
But-
gave them a very common A name, and I can never remember it. One time I'm gonna call them Arnold and just be like, whoops.
The brand new one is jammed, unfortunately.
You didn't
Is
unjam
it considered magical?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, undead magic weapons are good. I was just going to
Oh.
provide.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if I didn't, I would always have my flame. So
Right.
my fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so at a movement speed of 20, my max movement using all three of my actions would be 60 feet.
Yeah, so we'll just say that like you two end up right around here.
Oh, very gracious.
Yeah.
Because in reality, it would be like right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're being nice. By the way, I did grab that leather armor and like real quick, just like stow it to look at later.
Yeah, there's definitely still stuff in that room. So like don't forget that, but back to the top of the turn, Valindra, it is actually your turn. On the one right in front, that'll hit, even with its shield up. And that'll be piercing damage. Well, it's a good thing that you have gravity weapon, because otherwise that would have done nothing. That thing is dead. This thing is boop. Alright, so point blank, here we'll just draw your arrow real quick and release it. Not the best shot that you've given, but definitely one that is still going to hit and you know, deal some damage. go ahead and make your 2 other actions. Well, that one hit. That one will... Okay, so your second one does not hit. It's just shy. Because, again, this guy has a shield up. And your third one definitely does not hit as well. That being said, it is our Skelly Bro friend's turn here. So he is going to return the favor. That one will hit. That one will not hit. And that one will hit. So he's going to drop his shield. And he's going to take 1 strike at you with his sword that connects, and 1 strike at you with his claw. Jesus Christ. I can roll hits, I can't roll damage. So grand total, it'll be 7 damage. And then Ember, it is your turn.
Play it again, Johnny. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Your first strike just obliterates this thing.
Cool.
Yeah, no. It is gone.
And flanking.
Yep.
Does that give me any bonus, or?
Flanking will give you advantage, which will be a +1 bonus towards attack.
Cool.
That'll hit.
That's it. All right.
And that will do
54 if it was a crit. Holy crap.
Yep. Excuse me.
You even get it
It has it mathed out, and it's really weird.
times 2.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So it's 2d12 plus 4, plus the ability, or 4, which is the ability modifier, plus 1, which is the weapon specialization for being a +1 sword. And then because it's a crit, and I think great swords have that modifier for like brutal weapon or whatever, it's like plus another 12, and it's a little bananas.
I want to roll a d12 for my attack.
I don't know if there is a bow that actually does that.
Eventually, there's one that gets better dies. Yeah. That's a ways away.
Yep. Hana, it is your turn.
Okay. Sorry, I was checking something. And move forward. And would you say I have a good line of sight on that last skelly bro? If the doors are open.
No. Even with the door open, you wouldn't. I'll let you redo your move for that. So, like, if from there you'd be able to see Ember, and that's it.
Yeah. Just barely be able to get into the door.
Yeah, the corner you'd be able to see if you were in the corner here.
Okay, well then we'll do that. And then we'll shoot. Do the shoots.
Go for it.
No. That would be a 13.
Hey, but you don't shoot your friend in the back, so it definitely doesn't hit.
Nope. Okay. I will try for another shot with it's -5.
Yes.
So guidance
Oh,
lasts
yeah.
for 5 minutes. Would that still be active?
Yeah, guidance would be active, we'll say.
Would a
And
14?
the previous one was a 14. Yeah.
Yeah, 14 wouldn't have hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was worth a shot.
Yeah. This
Got it.
one. 16 plus guidance 17.
It'll be just shy.
Damn it.
But both
All
your
right.
shots do ring out, and they don't hit either of your compatriots, which is good.
Alright.
Valindra and Ember
Do I
do hear the bullet as it whizzes through their stasis field, though, but it's definitely like not
Okay.
close enough to be like, oh, they're aiming at me.
I have one more action.
No, because move in 2 shots. That'd be 3.
Okay, cool.
So, Raga,
Done.
it is your turn.
Damn.
So you can attack from
So-
here.
Yes. Okay, so I'll still have to use 2 actions to get up here. But then I'll take a swing with my warhammer.
Go for it.
That's only 14.
Yeah, so 14 is not going to hit. Thankfully, though, it's also not going to crit fail. So kind of squeeze in between your 2 compatriots, take a swing, and he's able to block it with his shield, or not block it with his shield because he doesn't have a shield. But he's able to kind of sidestep it. Valindra, it is your turn. Remember, if you do not want to provoke an attack of opportunity, you can step, which is 1 square back. If you move, though, it will provoke an attack of opportunity. But it also
Are you talking to me?
Yes, because you are Valindra.
Okay.
And it is your turn. That will not hit. Even with flanking bonus. That will definitely not hit, even with flanking bonus.
Oh boy. Oh my god.
That will open you up for an attack of opportunity, though. So you're just, like, panic firing these shots, and the skeleton's able to just, like, completely predict them. The third one, though, you leave yourself open up, because it's your attack number 3, so you probably rolled a 10 minus 10.
3 plus 7. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh my god.
And he's able to just catch you on the backswing as you fire the third one, so you'll take 6 points of damage for that one. Seeing that there are more people around, he's going to kind of swap. He is going to... That is going to be a crit fail. Raga, go ahead and give me an attack of opportunity. He swings at you with his longsword after catching Valindra off guard, and you're able to just kind of see it coming from wide. This will be with advantage.
What does advantage do in Pathfinder 2?
Plus 1.
+1. So altogether, that's going to be 24.
That'll definitely hit. Go ahead and roll me damage. Remember, you do have a rune of striking.
All right, so it's going to be 2d8. +11 + 1 is 12.
That'll hit. And that'll actually be enough to kill it. So you're able to kind of like, you watch him swing wide, hit Valindra, and then he turns to swing at you, and you're able to just kind of sidestep and react in time. You bring your hammer down on top of the skeleton, and it, just like the other ones, is now nothing more than a pile of dust, bone shards, and it's, equipment, of course. So I'm going to delete that. We're going to turn off the turn order, and with that combat done, I think we're going to take our break, because I need to make some tea. So we'll do a 10-minute break this time, because we're in the process of swapping over all of our stuff to the new domain. I won't shill. But if you want to come support us, I do post all of these videos on YouTube. We all have various social medias that we shitpost on from time to time. And those can be found through the YouTube as well. And I will post those links in a moment. But we're going to go take a stretch break. So take this opportunity to stand up, stretch, get some snacks, some drinks, and whatever. And we'll be right back. In the meantime, I'm going to throw up some jams.